How do you make positive changes in your life without sacrificing of who you are, what you stand for, and your beliefs? So do you feel like you have to become someone else to live the life that you want to live? I used to think that there is no way that I can actually get to the lifestyle that I want and be who I want to be without sacrificing what I truly believed about. And that just wasn't true. So today in this video, I'm going to talk about how I did that. But hey, if we have not met before, my name is Anna Olson. I am a social media marketer helping people grow their business by using social media. And today I just wanted to talk about life changes that can be possible. They can be possible. And this one is more health related than some of the lives that I do. But I really did want to just share with you guys. I mean, it's amazing the changes that have happened. And it is possible. It is possible. This video can encourage someone to go out and make some positive changes for themselves. I used to think that depression, severe aches and pains in my body, no sleep at night, or overweight, poor digestion, all of those things were just going to be a part of my life. How am I going to be able to change it? I was busy. I was a busy mom. There was just so many things going on in my life. I didn't ever think that I could change that, but I have changed that. And how did I do that? Well, first of all, I decided to focus on it. I decided to focus on the things I want in life. When I started to focus on it, it's really kind of like the law of attraction. I mean, the more you focus on something, the more you gravitate towards it. I had to start by getting negativity out of my life. Stop the negative thoughts. And it's not so much that I wasn't really necessarily negative to other people, sometimes, not always, but it's what happens in here. The negativity that you tell yourself, that's where it had to start with. I started by stopping those negative thoughts. And there were many times I fell off the wagon on that, but you keep doing it. You keep doing it. And the more you practice positive thoughts, the more you will think positive. Okay. So then it's like, okay, my life is not very positive right now. Where do I want it to go? And how do I get there? And so it was kind of, and I did some mapping on paper as to how I'm going to get there, and others I just had in my mind. You know, it's a matter of starting to work towards it and not giving up. Take the steps you need. Most of the time, we know what to do. We know what we need to do, but we choose not to do it. Why is it so much easier to be negative? Why is it so much easier just to not do the things that we know we need to do? Today, I feel like it isn't easier, but back then it felt easier just to exist rather than work towards my dreams. I mean, I grew up with depression. I grew up for the first 24 years of my life. I was severely depressed. And I mean, maybe not year 1 and 2, but as a very young girl, I remember having very negative thoughts about my body. And so that tells me there was depression way back then, you know? So I thought it would be part of my life forever. Today it's not. It's not. I am able to, and I do not take any drugs for it. That is the exciting part. I do not take any drugs for it. It is possible, at least in my case, in my situation, to live without it, to live without taking depression medication. Severe body aches and pains. I wasn't very old until I started having really severe body aches and pains. And when I was in I think around 30, they finally diagnosed me with fibromyalgia. And they said, well, you know, you need to eat good, you need to exercise. And I'm like, okay, so how am I going to exercise when every time I do go exercise, any kind of small walk or anything, I would be in so much pain afterwards that I couldn't function. How do you get started? They didn't they said, well, eat healthy, but they didn't really have any specific diet or anything for me to follow. I did the research on my own, and I started researching about sugar levels in your body, about, certain foods. And I also discovered over the years that I have some allergies to certain foods. So like today, I can't do white flour, white sugar, white rice, white salt, any of those white refined ingredients. I try to stay away from them. And when I do eat them, I don't feel very good. So it's a very clear indication of staying away from that. That's what happened for me. Now it might be different for someone else. And another thing that I really thought was going to be a part of my life forever was no sleep at night, getting very little sleep, not being able to, enjoy a good night's sleep and feeling like I woke up with a good rest and I'm ready to go for the day. During the fibromyalgia years, it would take me an hour to get out of bed. I couldn't move. I hurt so bad. I remember just screaming in pain, trying to get to my daughter's crib when she was crying at night because I was in so much pain. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And I didn't want to live that way anymore. And overweight. As a very young child, I was told that I was overweight. I didn't realize it, but I was told by family members that I was overweight. I believed them. I had no reason not to believe them, and believed it in my heart and in my soul for years. I wasn't overweight all those years, but I was later in my late 20s, 30s, and then in my 40s, I made that change. I decided that I wanted to do whatever it takes. Exercise, eat right means a different thing for every one of us. So whatever works for you is what you want to do. The other one is poor digestion, severe poor digestion when I was younger. We ate our diet as I was growing up. My diet was a lot of carbs, a lot of high carb foods, and white potatoes, a lot of baked goods, a lot of sweets. It was cheap food. And so that's what I grew up with. In all of this, it's a matter of taking one step at a time. And I figured out that if I do really well for breakfast and then fell off the wagon at lunch, don't just eat dinner for whatever, you get back on the wagon for dinner. You don't throw it out just because you've messed up a little bit or whatever, It's a matter of wanting it and knowing that you can do this. I hope this encourages you. And on top of all of that, one of the tools that I have, and through all of this, it's about having the tools at hand. Is it the tools of thinking you're being confident? Is it the tools of personal development? Is it the tools of supplements? That's where I went. I found supplements that work for me. And these supplements take care of all of this. Yes, I need to exercise. I still walk up to a little over 3 miles, 5 days a week. We walk, me and my walking buddy. And I need to eat right. I need to have the foods available that work for me. I need to exercise. I need to, those are the things that I need to do. It is not just because I lost the weight, the battle doesn't stop. The battle is to continue to be good to yourself. But the tools I have today is amazing. I just can't say enough about the supplements that I take. So if you're interested in finding out more about that, just let me know. I'm always here to provide information. If it's not for you, it's no big deal. It isn't for everyone. I get that, and I totally understand that. All the different products that are out there, they're not all for me either. So I totally get that. But if you feel like there is a chance that you could feel better in some way, then reach out to me, and I will get you the information. And again, like I said, it's not for everyone. That's what I had on my heart today. That's what I wanted to share. I hope you got some value out of it, and we'll talk to you all again another day. Bye for now.